Steve might look like a dude made out of cardboard boxes, but don't let the simple look fool you. This guy is ridiculously strong. Steve can carry over 44 quintillion pounds worth of blocks in his inventory. That's 36 stacks of shulker boxes filled to the brim with gold blocks. We're talking about hauling more weight than a cargo ship on foot through lava, while still casually punching trees. And that's the wildest part, he doesn't just carry this stuff. He runs, jumps, swims, climbs, even fights mobs like it's nothing. No slowing down, no signs of struggle, just endless energy and a deadpan stare. The man can literally tunnel through mountains and build skyscrapers in one afternoon without eating or sleeping. Need a full castle by sundown? Steve's already halfway done and reorganizing his chests. Let's be real, if Steve existed in any other universe, he'd be treated like a god. In Minecraft though, he's just your average guy waking up to punch cows and build houses out of diamonds for fun. It's kind of hilarious when you think about it. Steve isn't just strong, he's casually absurdly overpowered, and somehow he's still humble enough to wear a t-shirt and jeans like it's no big deal. At first glance, Kirby looks like the most harmless character in gaming. He's round, pink, cheerful, and spends most of his time eating cake or napping under a tree. But beneath that adorable smile is a level of power that puts most god-slaying protagonists to shame. Described as having infinite power, Kirby has taken down enemies that exist beyond time and space, and somehow made it look easy. Throughout his adventures, Kirby has defeated corrupted deities, reality-bending eldritch beings, and final bosses that represent concepts like death, darkness, and the void itself. He's saved multiple universes, destroyed entire planets with a single punch, and shrugged off attacks that would wipe out lesser heroes without blinking. The best part is that he does all of this without saying a word, mysterious fella. His signature copy ability isn't just a gimmick either. According to series creator Masahiro Sakurai, whenever Kirby mimics an enemy's power, he doesn't just match it, he actually becomes stronger than the original. That means if you've got a powerful ability and Kirby wants it, it's no longer yours, and it's better in his hands anyway. What makes Kirby so terrifying isn't just his strength, but how casually he uses it. He doesn't posture or look intense while fighting. He just floats in, handles business, and heads home for a nap like it's part of his daily routine. He's living proof that raw power doesn't always come in the form of a muscle-bound warrior. Sometimes it comes in the form of a walking pink nightmare who just really likes snacks. Link might be the quiet hero of Hyrule, but his backpack game is louder than anything in the kingdom. In Breath of the Wild, Link somehow manages to carry around what would realistically weigh over 400,000 pounds, and that's just the start. He keeps 999 of every crafting material, dozens of weapons, full armor sets, and enough cooked meals to open a 5-star restaurant in the middle of a volcanic wasteland. And yet, he still runs, climbs cliffs, glides over valleys, and pulls off backflips like he's completely weightless. What makes it even more ridiculous is that, according to the game's physics, Link weighs the same as about 7 apples and 2 spicy peppers. That means he's casually hauling over 150,000 times his own body weight on a daily basis. There are literal gods in gaming with less efficient inventory space. You never see the guy struggle. Need him to switch from a broadsword to a lightning rod mid-fight? No problem. Need him to cook up a meal while mid-air flying into Linnell's den? Too easy for Link. Honestly, at this point, it's not even about heroism. It's about the fact that somewhere, deep inside those silent eyes, Link knows he's carrying an entire medieval Walmart on his back and still has room for more mushrooms. Doomslayer is the reason hell has anxiety. This guy doesn't need magic or gods on his side. He has something way scarier, endless rage and a shotgun. And that's apparently enough to become a multiversal threat. In Doom Eternal, his fight against the forces of hell gets so out of control, it starts tearing through timelines. Just him being mad is basically a cosmic event. He's punched demons into paste with the force of 75 kilotons of TNT, and that's not even him trying his hardest. He once got launched out of a cannon across a military base, crashed through everything in his path, and just stood up like it was a normal day. What really pushes him into stupidly strong territory is how he gets stronger the more he fights. He's spent what feels like forever tearing demons apart, and everyone he takes down just adds to his strength. At this point, he's less of a man and more of a force of nature. Hell couldn't kill him, so they locked him in a tomb and prayed he'd stay asleep. Spoiler, he didn't, and now they all live in fear of that moment when the heavy metal music kicks in, because it means he's back. In Skyrim, Dragonborn isn't just a legendary hero, he's a walking storage unit with a serious dairy problem. Starting with a respectable 300-pound carry limit, he quickly pushes those numbers into fantasy territory. With the right mix of enchantments, potions, perks, and pure hoarder instinct, he can carry enough gear to supply a military garrison. We're talking dozens of swords, battle axes, full armor sets, hundreds of healing potions, and of course, an absolutely unreasonable number of cheese wheels. And that cheese obsession isn't just for laughs, it's a survival strategy. Mid-fight, while taking a blast of dragon fire to the face, Dragonborn can casually pause reality, inhale 47 cheese wheels, and then go right back to swinging his great sword like nothing happened. Imagine getting mauled by a frost troll only to have your hero step back for a second, polish off enough dairy to kill a lactose-intolerant mammoth, and return fully healed. It's ridiculous, and it works. The funniest part is he can sneak around in full Daedric plate armor while carrying 3 anvils, 6 bear pelts, a wedding dress, and a stack of Dwemer scrap metal, all without making a sound. Kratos isn't just strong, he's the gold standard for what absurdly overpowered looks like in a video game. This man has wiped out entire pantheons like it was a chore he needed to check off. Greek gods, gone. Norse gods, not doing too good either. And he's not using ancient artifacts or cosmic powers. Most of the time he's just mad and built like a tank. He once moved Tyre's bridge, which weighs something like 4 billion pounds, and that was without even tapping into his rage mode. He's gone toe-to-toe with Atlas, who literally holds up the world, tanked hits from Thor, and beat Zeus to death with his bare hands in a scene that was less of a fight and more of a therapy session gone wrong. And just when you think he's peaked, the God of War, Ragnarok, Valhalla, DLC drops and reminds you he still has levels. Valhalla, a realm that can bend time, memories, and even rewrite reality, couldn't handle Kratos. He didn't break the code or outsmart the system, he punched through it. By the way, that's not metaphorical. He physically broke the logic of a magical afterlife dimension because he refused to play by its rules. The Courier moves through the Mojave like a one-person moving truck, max out his strength and stack on a few perks, and they're suddenly hauling 400 pounds of gear like it's nothing. That's full suits of power armor, multiple rocket launchers, piles of food, stim packs, and enough ammo to start a small war, all crammed into one inventory screen. Somehow he can sneak through enemy territory with a minigun on his back and 3 sniper rifles in his pocket. He will fast travel across the wasteland carrying an entire armory, then show up at a casino like he's just carrying a couple bottle caps and a pack of gum. No slowing down or limping. The Courier makes it all look routine. He's walking through radioactive storms with a backpack that defies physics and a poker face that says, yeah, I might be carrying 5 flamethrowers, so what? Traders spend their whole lives moving goods from town to town. The Courier does it solo, while dodging deathclaws and talking down warlords. It's not just strength, it's the pure absurdity of surviving a world gone wrong and somehow turning yourself into a walking storage unit. The Courier doesn't just survive the apocalypse, he carries it with him. You knew this list wouldn't be complete without him. Assura doesn't just get mad, he is anger. His strength doesn't come from training, prophecy, or divine blessings. It comes from how furious he is at any given moment. And considering what the gods put him through, he stays furious all the time. That's very bad news for anyone standing in his way. Throughout Assura's wrath, he punches straight through entire planets, tanks star-sized explosions, and crawls back out of the underworld like it's nothing. At one point, he grows extra arms made entirely out of rage, just raw emotion. And when he finally faces Chakravartin, the god who created the universe, he lands a final punch measured at over 7 yoditons of force. Wondering how hard that is? Just Google it and tell me how many digits you see in that number. That's enough energy to completely vaporize multiple planets. The screen doesn't fade to black for dramatic effect. It fades because there's literally nothing left to show. What makes Assura so terrifying is that his power has no limit. The angrier he gets, the stronger he becomes. There's no cap, no balance. He's not just a cosmic powerhouse, he's a walking emotional meltdown who will tear apart gods, galaxies, and reality itself just to protect the one person he cares about. Did we miss any stronger characters in this video? Let us know in the comments. Subscribe to the channel for more videos like this.